Being able to get downhill in basketball is one of the most important skills to have, next to being able to make catch and shoot jumpers. So what we're going to look at in this video is how Devin Booker gets downhill with one of the most simple moves you can possibly use, and that's a hesitation, right? That's how he sets up a ton of moves. He gets a ton of points that way, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to do the same thing. So let's take a second to look at what I call the easiest move in basketball. This is something that when I work with kids, this is literally the first move that I teach everybody, and it's just a Hesi Go, because playing off a Hesi just opens up so much for your game, right? So let's look at this first clip right here, and what I want you to do is look at how the defense responds to a Hesi, right? So look at the defense right now. Look at their feet, look at his feet, and look at his body positioning. Right now, he's basically, his body is this way, right? Which is a good way to guard to stop somebody from having a straight line drive, right? I want you to watch what happens as soon as he does that Hesi. As soon as he does that Hesi and he does that little flow over, and now his body is facing this way. And he's giving him a direct line to the basket. He doesn't have to do anything there other than float to the side and shift, right? So he's playing against somebody, he's coming downhill, floats over, gets the angle that he wants, gets a layup, right? And now every time you're not gonna be able to get all the way to the basket, but you are gonna be able to shift the defender enough to attack and get downhill, which is going to open up everything in your game. So this little float right here, that Hesi, look how it just shifted the defender's weight. Look how he's guarding, right? So before, he's guarding the way you should, which is a lot of the people, at least me, I was taught as a defender, use the three-point line as a guide to how you should be guarding somebody, where your body positioning should be, right? So if your feet are pretty much in line with this, that means you're basically directly in line with the basket, and you're staying right in front of him, right? All he does is float to the side. In this little bit, right, getting him to shift this much and give him that angle, now he has the angle to attack this back foot, right, which is going to cause the defense to have to open up. If he attacks that back foot, push his shoulder right into the defender's hip, he has a direct line to drive, right? The help comes over, so he just gets the bump, gets the contact, stops and pops. Same thing here. Little Hesi gets the defense to open his hips, stops on a dime, gets a wide open shot. So this is something that you can use all the time, especially in transition, especially when you're bringing the ball up and you have some momentum. Give the defense a Hesi, get downhill, and then react from there. There are going to be times when you can't just Hesi and go, right? So the counter to that would be to Hesi and then cross, but not a Hesi cross in a sense like the Iverson crossover, where it's that big Hesi, that long crossover, right? One thing Devin Booker's really good at is when he's doing that Hesi, he does a push cross, right? So he's just pushing that ball hard across his body. So he's still getting that angle like he did when the Hesi Go, but now he's just attacking that top foot of the defender. That hard cross, hard push cross, and he's able to stop on a dime, get a bucket. Same thing here, right? So he has that Hesi right there. The defender has that back foot back, right? But this time he's gonna cross and attack that top foot. And he attacks low and gets his shoulder right on the defender's hip. And that gives him the angle that he needs to either get downhill to get to the basket, or be able to put the defender in a position where they have to recover, and then he's able to stop and pop. All right, so again here, Hesi, he gets the defender to open his hips and drop, attack that top foot, hard push cross, get the contact, stop and pop, easy pull up. Now the last counter to that is to not even Hesi Go, not Hesi Cross, but now just Hesi and pull. So basically you're just getting the defense on their heels, a situation where they feel like you're gonna drive, but now you just pull up right in front of their face. The defense knows he likes the Hesi, so comes in right there, there's that Hesi, get the defense to put their hands down, and then he pulls up immediately, right? So most people, once you do that Hesi and they're preparing for the drive, you see the defense waiting. He has both his hands down because he thinks he's gonna have to shift left or right to guard. So Hesi, get him to drop down, and I want you to see, look, he already has the ball up, ready to shoot, the defense has both his hands down because he was bracing for a drive. So he has the ball up, knocked down, too much space. All right, again, defense is here. Does that float? Look at how the defense is shifting with him. All right, so as he goes forward, the defense is going back to stay with him. So he's going forward, gets the defense to back up enough to give him space. Hesi Pull. All right, so if you can do a Hesi Go, Hesi Cross, a Hesi Pull, you can always keep the defense off balance because now they have no idea what you're going to do. And now that the defense knows that you like to Hesi, now you can use it to your advantage. They can be like your setup move, right? So they know that you can Hesi Go, Hesi Cross, Hesi Pull, but they don't know what you're going to do, right? So watch how he constantly just keeps doing that Hesi, right? So there's two Hesis right there with the right. Cross to the left. Hesi. Hesi again, right? So he just walked the defense all the way down underneath the free throw line because he was just able to keep doing Hesis, right? So look at the defense still backing up. Hesi, he backs up. Hesi, he backs up. The defense is waiting. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He's just trying to stay in front. Hesi. Until finally he gets him low enough that he's like, all right, I'm just shoot this. Right? So this can be your setup. This can be how you get the defense off balance. Right? So Hesi, Hesi again. Look how much he gets him to back up by just doing those Hesis. Float. In and out. Float. Still backing up. Now he decides to go. Get a layup, right? So this can be just your setup. See what the defense is going to do. Float, Hesi. You might pull one. You could fake like you're going to shoot, right? The defense has no idea what you're going to do. And this is how you can just play at your own pace and really just control the game and do what you want to do because they're at your mercy once you start getting in your rhythm, right? So even here, he's going between, he's flowing, he's bouncing till finally crossover, hard drive middle. And this doesn't take any crazy amount of talent to do. You're just hopping, you're figuring out what angle, you're looking at the defender's feet, you're seeing where you're going to attack from. Just take your time. Especially if they're giving you enough space to do so and enough time to play with the ball. If any defense ever gives you time to play with the ball, you should always get whatever you want because it's almost impossible to guard this. Now, if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out my training app, which is linked in the description below. I also ask any questions that you have, any players that you want to see breakdowns on, anything you're struggling with in your game, please leave a comment and let me know what you're struggling with so I can try to make a video to help you. All I want to do is help. All I want to do is give back. I never had a trainer growing up. I know there's a ton of people who are in that same situation who don't have trainers, but they want to get better and they don't know how. So I just want to be able to fill that void and help you become the best player that you possibly can be.